everybody, and this is Claudia and Michael. I am actually in Toronto, Canada, and it's -11 today. Michael is in Texas, and what we're going to do today is make you fall in love with an island that we love so much. It's really not an island, it's many, many islands, but we have an amazing opportunity where not only if you live in the island, but for those of you that are watching that are not in Hawaii, but have dreamed of living in Hawaii or have dreamed of living in another paradise as Hawaii is, this is something that you want to hear. So the first thing I want to say is Michael and I have only known each other a few months, but we host these meetings to give you a gift that was given to us. And this gift was really the gift of dreaming again and having the opportunity to take our, first thing I want to say is Michael and I have only known each other a few months. What Michael's going to present to you today is something that I want to really just pay attention, open your imagination to what you could do with this. Because when I was presented this for the very first time many, many years ago, I quite did not understand it. So sometimes you just don't grasp how big this is. And so for that, we'll talk a little bit more about why people love doing network marketing businesses and why not being tied to an office or a cubicle or even a city is the dream that many of us have. And I want to introduce to you my great friend, a great businessman, a man that teaches me and inspires me every day. This is, everybody, Michael.
Well, thank you, Claudia. Good morning. I know it's a little cold up there in Toronto, and it's actually a little rainy day here too in East Texas, and that's why I am actually kind of dreaming and wishing about I was in that little restaurant right behind me here. And I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that restaurant in just a few minutes. But thanks, everyone, for joining us from all over. My gosh, and good morning to all of you that are in Hawaii now. It's 8 o'clock in the morning there, or just after 8 o'clock in the morning. And so appreciate you jumping on here as you fix your coffee before you get headed off to the beach today on a beautiful, beautiful Saturday. I understand it's beautiful on Maui this afternoon or this morning, and you're going to have a gorgeous day in Hawaii. Not too many days you don't have a gorgeous day in paradise, but a little bit about what, and Claudia, you're exactly right. We're going to share some information with you today, and I hope it really resonates with you. And it did with us, me a few years ago, with Claudia a few more years than that, and about a company. But first of all, let me just share some info, who I am. I'm J. Michael Smith. Live in East Texas right now. Born in Texas, but I've been blessed with living all over the world and globe. I've lived in Africa and Europe and wonderful. I had a wonderful, wonderful lifestyle. I've had a great lifestyle. And in my young 20s, I got out of college at the University of Houston, and I and a guy that I went to school with there, he actually played football there, and another young man, we're all in our early 20s. We just were young, single, and we said, let's go to Hawaii. And so we went to Waikiki Beach and got jobs bartending and waiters at a wonderful, fun little restaurant on Waikiki Beach, and spent the day on the beaches and surfing and swimming and doing, you know, anything the guys would do on the beach in Hawaii. This was way back in 1975. That shows you how old I am. Jump forward a little bit. I moved in after did that for a few years. We all three were interviewed and went into management in that company, became managers in the restaurant industry, and we had a blast. So we got sent back to the mainland though. It was a restaurant chain, and so one went back to Texas. One went back to California. I went back to Arizona. And guys, I got to tell you, I had been bitten by the bug, by Hawaii bug. I loved it. And in 1986, I was at that point now married and had an 18-month-old son. I moved to Maui, Hawaii, and opened this little restaurant that you see behind me right now. It was a little small cafe. We went to work. I had to borrow, beg, and not steal, but bought it with family and friends to open this little place on a shoestring, and we went to work. And I'm proud to say, guys, I don't actually own it anymore, but it is next month, in March of next month, it will celebrate 32 years of being open in business. And it's a wonderful little cafe in the center of Kahului, Maui, where all the residents and locals live. There's a college across the street, hospital down the road. It's just in a perfect little business community where a lot of the locals there have come for years and years and years, over 30 years. In 1980, though. My wife and I and my young son moved to Maui, Hawaii. At that time, it wasn't a sleepy little island, but it definitely had not exploded into the growth it did as of now. And we opened Coho Grill and Bar, this little cafe. And as I said, from 86 to 89, we just worked our little tails off. And it took about 2 or 3 years for it to get built up, and it went great. And guys, over the next 10 years, we actually, myself and another business partner, he had married also with kids, we opened 4 restaurants on Maui. And we were blessed. We worked hard. Believe me, we worked hard, but we're blessed with success and a great place to live a wonderful lifestyle, raising children, spending time on the beach, and just a wonderful, wonderful lifestyle. In 2001, I jumped forward to moved over to Colorado with my son, and we opened 2 restaurants in Colorado. And now we were living really the blessed lifestyle of snow skiing in the winter and Hawaii in the summers. But what a lifestyle that was. In 2008, big impact on my life and change in my life. A good friend of mine who had been a very successful home builder in Southern California introduced me to network marketing. As a businessman, it simply made sense to me. I trusted this guy, and I was getting some success with it. Think about it. That was in 2008 in the downturn and the recession in the United States. And we got involved, and I opened a parallel company of marketing company, and we started marketing products and services in the network marketing field. And I started transitioning my skills as a businessman of opening restaurants into the network marketing profession. And we started off slow again. First couple months, first couple of years, we just slowly just started building up a network marketing company. And we had so much fun doing it. He was in California, I was in Colorado and Hawaii, and we just started building and having a great time building a network marketing company. And now today, guys, I still have 2 restaurants. I own the Colorado restaurants. I've sold the Hawaii restaurants, regretfully, and again, the Hawaii bug has hit me. I now want to go back to Hawaii, where my son, now 32 years of age, lives on Maui. My brother and his wife live on Maui. And I want to give back to the literally hundreds of employees over a 30-year period, help me be successful in the restaurant business. Granted, they were employees, and I paid them a wage, and the waiters and the bartenders. We have servers over there, even though I don't own those restaurants. I have great relationships with them. Some of them have worked in our restaurants over there for 20 plus years. So I want to go back and show them something, if they choose to accept it, an opportunity now to be basically successful in Hawaii, owning and operating a second stream of income, owning and operating a business either on a part-time basis, semi-part-time, or full-time basis. And the company we're going to share with you today is 4Life Research USA. It's a scientific research company based out of Utah. And I'm going to run through some slides here, and then I want to have Claudia tell her story. She and I have partnered this year in helping to expand the market share of our company into Hawaii, which is, you ask 100 people in Hawaii if they've ever heard of 4Life Research, 99.5%, 99 of the 100 will say no. And in some cases, it'll be 100 will say no on some of the islands. We do have a team on the island of Oahu and in Honolulu, a small team there of partners and distributors led by a great gentleman, Dan Daughtry. And he will be, he's building in that island. I'm concentrating on Maui, where my heart is. And Claudia, who you met earlier here, she is building a team on the Big Island in the Kona area, and then of course she'll move through the Big Island. But let me share some information real quickly about 4Life. It's simply a products and sharing. That's the nature of what I do now in the internet, through my website, through word of mouth. It's all about sharing word of mouth and about wonderful products from a company. The other thing, though, to keep in mind here, when I started network marketing in 2008, it was really a lot about just knocking on doors, picking up the phone and calling people, meeting people at coffee shops, having a lot of just open communication and sharing our products with like friends and like-minded family, like the friend did with me, the home builder, Greg, who I'd gone to high school with. But anyway, nowadays, notice those 4 little icons, and there's a lot more than that, but the big ones: Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, all of those new tools in the social media world we have adapted into our business, which makes it so much more advantageous and opens us up to so much more of the world to build a dynamic company on the internet. So keep that in mind as we go through here. I'm going to show you a group of slides, but there's 3 photos here that I saw when the gentleman and his wife introduced this to me a few years ago that really impacted me. This was the first one, and when I saw this and heard him talk about this, it was the first one that, okay, I sat up a little straighter in the chair and just listen to what he had to say. We believe together, building people. And what he said was, and what I'm telling you is, this is just not a group of words. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 words, and a bunch of excited people. I have come to learn this is the mission statement of our company, For Life Research. And they don't just say this, they don't just post this on walls. You can see it in their corporate office and up in their training facilities in Utah. They live this, friends and folks and guests on here. They live it literally every day for 20 years, celebrating our 20-year anniversary here in April of this year. And Claudia and I will be going to Utah to have a big celebration with them. But this is important. This is what we do. We believe it, but we live it, and with all our heart and soul, together building people. And you're gonna hear me say it, but you really have to experience it. I believed it when Dave and Gabriella Daughtry shared it with me and Anthony Serrano a few years ago. I believed it because I trusted them and I knew them. But once I started experiencing it, oh my gosh, it was an incredible experience. And to this day, we still believe that every single day as I get up, and it's about believing and building people. Science, success, and service is our 3 pillars of the company is based on. I like to use the analogy of a 3-legged stool. If you take any of the 3 legs off, it won't stay stable. These 3 areas, science, we are a scientific research company with biologists and scientists and doctors working in our laboratories in Utah to make these products the most incredible products, pure products you'll ever see in this industry of what we're doing. We also have a wonderful service side to our company. We actually do have a nonprofit organization too called Foundation for Life. It is a nonprofit. We'll share, if you want more information on that, I'd love to share that with you too. That was one of the things Dan and Gabriella shared with me, and one of my hearts. I do a lot of work in the ministry area in Africa. What makes us different though is one little idea that, again, if you ask 100 people, 99 will say, I've never heard of transfer factor. We have a product that we have patents on, and we have discovered. It was actually, we didn't discover it. It was discovered in 1949 when a doctor was working with tuberculosis patients and how to boost the immune system support. Our product recognizes and responds to outside toxins and viruses that attack our bodies here. As you know, right now, the globe in North America is having one of the worst flu seasons ever. And we're in the middle of flu season, and Tyler, Texas is one of the hot spots of flu. But this product we have, it recognizes it, and it attacks and responds, and it remembers, so that if this virus comes back, or a common cold or allergies come back, it remembers and it attacks it. And this will boost your immune system by as much as 437% on some of our products. Back in, look at this, it's just some key notes on our company: 5 US patents, 36 international patents, debt-free, AAA rating with the Better Business Bureau. We are a 20-year-old company that is just full of integrity, full of passion and purpose in helping people build people. Another one of the slides I liked when I saw this was this one. Billion-dollar industries. That's a B, guys. And one is a T. Look at that. Wellness, $3.7 trillion annual sales globally. And we are a global company for 20 years. We have corporate offices in 25 countries around the globe helping support this company to market our products all over the world. Weight management, 148 billion. Healthy aging, billion. Skincare line, 115 billion. Any one of these industries you could build a dynamic company with. We are involved in all four, and we have distributors in Korea and Japan and Africa and South America and Canada. Claudia is up in Toronto building in any one of these areas. We have a group of women in California that are skincare experts. They're building dynamic companies just selling one of our lines of products. But we actually have four that you have access to. And we are, as I said, a immune science research company. Our laboratories, million-dollar laboratories in Salt Lake, are regulated, not regulated, they're certified, regulated to a degree and certified by the FDA. They come in and inspect our labs. Because we're dietary supplements, they don't regulate our products, but they do certify our labs. That, again, is our proprietary product. 1998, we opened with that one single product, For Life Transfer Factor, and over the last 20 years have sold $3.2 billion in transfer factor products around the globe. And I can tell you, our owners, it's owned by David and Bianca Lisenby, who started this company. He bought the rights to the transfer factor in 1995, opened this company in 1998. They are the most loving, generous couple, and they have built a team of corporate staff who pay us to go move and sell these products all over the globe, and have paid out over $2.2 billion in the last 20 years in commissions to all of us. A few things just about the transfer factor. We could spend 2 hours on this product, but this is more about sharing an opportunity in the state of Hawaii or anywhere on the globe that you are interested in earning a second stream of income, working part-time or full-time. But this product is the premier product, and this is the one that started our company, and today is still, this is our #1 selling product. Those four areas of industries that we're involved in, weight management and healthy wellness and aging, we have amazing products. Again, many are patented, all with the transfer factor in them. In weight management, we have a system for women, a system for men that have these are 30-day accelerator systems. We have watched people over 30, 60, 90 days literally transform their bodies physically, inside, outside, emotionally. We not only work on the products that you're taking, and we work on exercise programs. We have trainers, teachers. I work with a gentleman in Southern California, Dan Daughtry, who is a retired NFL football player, a trainer, world-class bodybuilder. And he understands and can put people on programs if you want to really get serious about weight management and changing whether you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, or even your 70s. We've got programs for you. Here's a couple photos, or a few photos of, I can show you hundreds of these. This is just 4 individuals that have used our products over 30, 60, 90 days and before after pics. And I would love to share your pic on here if you choose to come on. And Hawaii is one of the most healthy states. It's outdoors. My son stays outdoors, and he's either biking, riding, surfing, windsurfing, or kayaking or skin diving. We've got products like energy sticks. We've got so many. Today we have over 100 products that are just designed in scientifically designed with the amino acids and the proteins and the peptides and the minerals that just improve on your body. 6 ways to earn with For Life. We will would love to train on you in detail on these, and we do. We have great training, but basically I love number 3, 25% on customer orders. I sell, and Claudia sells, all of our team, we sell, and Dan Daughtry in California at the gyms. You sell a product, I sell you our transform factors. For Life Research will pay you 24 hours later. They pay daily. So you make and sell our products, you can earn 25% on the customer orders. But we're also business builders. And we sell products all over the world. So we have customers. We have open up more franchises, bring on partners. I'm really looking for some partners. Claudia is looking for partners on the Big Island initially. I'm in Maui. We've got the team on Oahu that's growing. I'd love a group to start up on Kauai, on the Northern Island. But anyway, we'll share more on how to earn money. An example, this is just a quick example of building a business over time. If you go back and see, get started here, you can see right here, there you are in middle America. I was in Colorado, like this slide shows. And over time, I got involved. I moved up into Alaska and Canada, where this is Toronto, and we started building teams down. We can build anywhere. Here's in Mexico. And we just started building a business. And those folks, I knew all of these 6 people, pretty much knew them all. I didn't know all these 36 because these 6 helped get these 36. And now we're expanding into other countries around the globe. We've moved into Hawaii and Honolulu and Oahu, South America. Claudia has teams in Colombia, and she has teams in the Philippines and India. We have a group of our team. Claudia has a team that she's building in India. But as you grow here, you can see how this thing can expand over time. You can do this in months or years, but it's about building a business over time, just like I built my restaurant business over time. But a monthly income of an extra $6,000 could really impact, I know, a lot of folks in the state of Hawaii, or anywhere for that matter, in the globe. An extra $6,000 a month over time could really help impact your life. Have loyalty programs. This is one of the things I mentioned earlier about the 4 icons. In my 10 years now in network marketing, it has really, really involved. And in the last 4 to 5 years, ever since the iPhone came, or the smartphone, I should say, and apps, building this company or building a company in the network marketing and profession has increased opportunity by 1,000-fold. You can basically, folks, just as this cell, build a global network from your laptop or smartphone. Think about what we're doing right here. Claudia's in Toronto. I'm in East Texas, sharing this with folks all over the globe, focusing today, yes, we are on the Hawaii market, but we're doing it from right here with our smartphone and our laptops. Create meaningful and lasting relationships. That people building people mission, this is the result of that, a result of that. I have built dramatic relationships with Claudia and Judy and Dan and Margette. Margette in Oregon is joining us on the expansion into Hawaii. She's going to build and help us to train and teach the Maui market. And interestingly, guys, I have never personally met Claudia yet. I've never personally met Margette yet. It's all about building. Now, many of us, we will see and meet each other at the convention in April, and that's going to be super exciting. But we have built lasting, long-term, lifetime relationships through a company using social media. This is a little bit about the service. We have fed folks, I will quickly mention that we've fed close to 7 million children in just the last 6 years through one of our feeding programs, and it is so rewarding to us. Thousands and thousands of us have donated and helped feed children through Feed the Children Foundation, and that's a part of the rewarding of joining a rewarding lifestyle and building a rewarding lifestyle. So we can just build this. Who will support you? As I said, we have a team of trainers. You'll have a personal mentor helping you all along the way, particularly your first 3-4 weeks, month, through your first 6 weeks, through your first 10 year. We will mentor you, teach you step-by-step training in order to accomplish whatever your goal is. And as I said, we have teams in over 100 countries now, all around the world. So we actually have 3 options that you're looking at. You're looking at this right now, and you're saying, well, I don't know if I want to do this, or I don't know what, and you don't know much about the products other than what I just showed you. As I said, we have over 100 products. We have all kinds of products to help vision, to help sleep. But there's three options, which is wonderful. Claudia and I are business builders. Just as I built a restaurant company, Claudia had had a very professional career before her for-life business, and she might share some of that story. We're business developers. I'm helping building business developers by building people. I'm bringing people into my organization and teaching and training, creating relationships. We're business developers. You could come in here, remember the 25% on sales? You could come in as a retailer and you have a website, you sell online, you use social media, and with the 25%, and an example of this would be, say, over the next 2, 3, 4, say 5 years. If it took you 5 years, slowly beginning adding customers, bringing customers on, buying our products on a monthly basis, because our products are supplements, so you do take them. Once you start taking our cardio, CoQ10, fish oils, you will stay on them as you do. Over time, 3, 4, 5 years, say you had 100 people averaging $100 a month. 25% of that would be $2,500 to you on a monthly basis. Back to you. That's just being a retailer, not being a business developer. You're just working in your environment, selling our wonderful, wonderful products. Customer is the one. These are the blessing of our company. I love my customers. I have customers that I sold product to in 2016. It's 2018. I did the work back then to not convince them, but share, and they made the decision. They were already using the products in other companies or somewhere else, but ours have the transfer factor in them. Today, 2018, they're still buying it every single month. I'm getting that residual income month in, month out for those customers. So my customers are extremely valuable. So those are the 3 options I'd love for you to consider as you're looking at this. 5 steps, we can get you started literally in 10 minutes, or the person that invited you to watch this presentation, get back with them. They can definitely get you started in 5 to 10 minutes. We can then get you involved in the step-by-step training, get you involved with the training team, and get you a mentor and get you going. This is the last slide I saw, not the last, but remember I told you there were 3 slides. This is the other one, that when I saw this, in my mind, as I was being presented this, I said, okay, I was excited. I trusted these folks. I said, why wouldn't I do this? They had been involved. Dave and Gabriella Daughtry have been involved in For Life since the beginning. They've been in the business 20 years, and they are willing to teach me, mentor me, train me, bring me along, share everything they did on their journey. They have businesses in over 100 companies, and Dave and Gabriella Daughtry happened to be, or not happened, they worked. This was for work. It wasn't luck. After 20 years, it took them actually 8 years, I believe, to reach the Platinum International Diamond level. These are the 5 area ranks that you can have as you build your business and build your organization. And these are average yearly commissions. And these are from our actual income disclosure statement. These are counting numbers. These are real numbers that from our corporate office accounting company for 2016. We don't have the 17 numbers yet. They should be released here shortly, I hope. But what would an extra $7,000 do for your family over a year? And again, these are just averages. There's diamonds that make more than that, and I can promise you Dave and Gabriella make way more than this. That's the average, but they're one of the premier members and trainers and teachers. They have just an incredible organization. But this is the average dollars you can make. So at this point, I'd already made the decision. They could have stopped the presentation. I didn't even know what to get involved with the company is. But we have a variety of areas you can get involved for $125 up to $550. $550 to open a business that you can sell products to in over 100 countries around the world, a global business. It cost me, folks, just as a comparison, my last restaurant that I opened in Colorado in 2007 cost $1.2 million to open. And versus I've opened this company for $550 versus 1.2 million, and I have the ability to make the same amount, if not more income, because in my restaurant in Colorado, I have an area of, it's basically a 10 to 30 mile radius is where the customers will come from. The customers for my For Life business come from all over the world. Canada, all 50 states, Mexico, South America, Europe, Africa, anywhere. I mean, we can do business anywhere. So it just made sense to me to do life differently. I was blessed to live in Colorado and snow ski, blessed to live in Maui, Hawaii, and raise my son there. But now I'm blessed that I can do this business anywhere in the world. As long as I have my cell phone and my laptop to share this information, you can build this business from anywhere in the world if you have good solid Wi-Fi and a cell phone signal. So we invite you to join us or get with the person that showed and join them. And we will all work together, I promise you. Get involved. Make a point if you're living in North America, from Hawaii to Maine to Toronto to Alaska, we can get you should come to our convention in April too. It will absolutely change your life. But I want to give this, I'm going to stop this screen share real quick here and go back. I'd love to bring Claudia back on and let Claudia share a little bit of her story. And Claudia, I met on here. We were introduced. We both work with Dave and Gabriella Daughtry. She's in Toronto, as I said, and she's building a dynamic international business. She's a single mom. She has a beautiful, wonderful, dynamic young son. I love Mateo. He might jump in here too, so don't. It's Saturday morning. I know he's home from school, so I'd love if he jumps in here. I'll say hello. But Claudia, just tell us your story and why you want to go over to Hawaii as part of your business. I know you have a building in the Philippines and in India and in South America. You're building all over the world. But we're really focusing today a little bit on Hawaii. Not a little bit. We really want to impact the state of Hawaii and impact lives there, with their health and with their wealth. So take her away.
Thank you, Michael. Well, yes, that's exactly what we're doing. It is not necessarily that it's for Hawaii, but we will tell you a little bit about why, Michael told you why he loves Hawaii. I'll tell you why I love Hawaii, but that's why we have these meetings on Saturday. First, I love the fact that I can talk to you guys, and my son is in the living room. He's playing with his toys, and I am still working. And this is what people call work from home. I'm still working, and I still have to work. I do this full time, so I work 6 hours a day, 8 hours a day. Depends. Sometimes I have to work more. So it doesn't mean that I don't have to work. It just means that I can actually adjust my schedule to what I need to do. So I still get to take my son every single morning to school. I still get to pick him up on Mondays to take him skating, Tuesdays to take him swimming. So I have the time freedom that I was looking for. I want to give you just a back history of something that just jumped in my mind as Michael was talking about the businesses that he had and how much he enjoyed his life in Hawaii with his son, because that's what I saw in Hawaii. But I'm just going to do a little parentheses and tell you guys why I do what I do. I have been able through my life to experience the 3 different things that people do, which is work for somebody, work independently and own a business, own, like Michael, a restaurant. I also owned a pet boutique, and to have a network marketing business, which is now my new venture. So why I wanted to touch on this is because the reason that today I do this is my father. So my father, God love him. I love that man. He started working when he was 17 years old. He passed away 4 years ago at 87, but he worked until he was 85. So if you add that up, I actually just did it. He worked 68 years of his life. The man loved to work. He had a passion, but he started working really young because he started a family really young. And then he worked all the way to 85. We as children had to tell him, you need to stop. You need to stop working, because he loved it. He loved what he did. Well, he owned at one point, just like Michael, over 20 stores in Colombia of what he did, which was plywood. And we also owned a big manufacturing company in one of the cities, the big cities in Colombia. But there's a couple of things that I remember about my dad. First of all, him and I were very close. But there's one memory that I have, and is that he wasn't in a special day that I wanted him to be there. I was born Catholic, and so there's this big Catholic party that Catholics do, which is the first communion. And it's a very big deal, especially for girls, because we get to wear this little white dress and all these things and everything. And the one thing that I actually remember is that my dad was traveling because he had to close a business deal about something. So he still had time freedom, but he was not working balanced, because I remember him missing a lot of the special things and special moments in my life. And so that brings me to, why I do what I do today. He gave me the best education. He gave me everything I ever wanted. Like, really, I am blessed with the upbringing that I had. But time is what I wanted. My parents owned a store. They owned several stores, but specifically one where my mom had to go every single morning and open the store, and she had to close the store, and they have to pay payroll. And just like in any country, businesses go up and they go down. And so I remember that since I'm very young, I'm also at the store, I'm playing in the back. So it gave my mom a little freedom also, that I was with her. But still, they had to open, they had to close. You know what? A store, just like a restaurant, it has a schedule. So even if you're a business owner or you are in a job, you have a schedule. The store has to open and the store has to close. And the payroll has to be paid. So I always remember my parents, because one time, also it jumps to my mind right now, they had to go work on the 1st of January. We don't normally open on the 1st of January because we don't sell things that people buy. But they said, we need to open because this year we had a decrease in this month, and we need to open that day because those sales, we need them, because we need to make sure that we have our payroll paid. And so these memories just triggered a lot of things, as Michael was talking about the restaurants, because it doesn't matter if you have 20 restaurants or 20 stores like my dad did, if you're actually sacrificing time with your family, or if you're actually not being able to travel, but travel as a family. So, when you travel, you got to travel, mom, dad, brother. You can't just be in a top job executive and send your family on vacation, because that's not what life is about. And so that's what happened to me. After I learned that lesson, I also owned an English business. I was an English teacher, and I started falling in love with being my own boss. But when I came to Canada, I found a beautiful job, and I stayed there for 14 years. And then I thought, after the 14th year, I was thinking, wow, I don't think I can stay here until I'm 60. I really need to extend my wings and fly higher. And that's what I did. So what are we looking for? We're looking for 3 business partners in Hawaii or around the world. But this meeting, as we said, it's targeted to the Hawaii extension. So we are looking for 3 business partners. And it can be anywhere from a mom like me, a single mom that is looking for time with her children. I can do this from my house, and I can still travel. And I can still travel with my son if I wanted. In some cases, I don't bring him because I live with my mother and she helps me out. And so I don't have to really bring him everywhere. But if I didn't have my mom, I could bring him everywhere. If I was in a company and I had a business trip, I can bring my son. If I have my own business, I can actually bring my son. Hey, I might have to bring my sister, because if I have a business meeting, my sister can take care of him, because this is what I do. I actually can go with a friend, and the friend can play around a little bit with my son. So I can take not only the business with me all around the world, I can take the child with me all around the world, which is what I want to do eventually. And so that's the number one difference. So if you're a mom and you're looking for extra income and you say, I could not do this, I have 1 kid or I have 6 kids, you can do it. We're going to show you how, and we're going to show you a system that actually is all from home. So I'm here, my son is in the living room, I'm in the room, and I'm doing this from my house. And this is how we are inviting people through social media. So you don't have to travel a lot if you can't, or if you're scared, or if that's not part of your dream. It's my dream. Second, if you are a businessman or you are a man that, is working, I have by my side one of my leaders, Alejandro. He works in a company, but one of his problems is that he travels a long time every day back and forth from work. And he's like, I'm already wasting an hour and a half commute. I have to wake up early so I don't get the traffic jam. So if you are a man, if you're a businessman and you're tired of the everyday, so he's passionate about what he does, but he just, number one, doesn't like the commute. And number two, he spends a lot of money on gas. And number three, he just seems to think that that money is not fitting what he wants to earn, because that money, and we all know a lot of the times, or most of the times, the paycheck finishes before the end. And you're like, what do I do? You can't ask for extra hours because you already have your 40 hours. And sometimes we get a second job, or we get an extra gig. So if you're looking for some extra income, this is the business for you, because we can teach you how to do this business on a part-time level. So that can be 2 hours a day, 4 hours a day. We choose that together. We personalize the plan with you. We sit down and we tell you, and you can make anywhere from $200 to $500 extra a month. And so that is putting in part-time hours. So instead of running out of money before the end of the month or not having enough for that vacation that you dream of, consider the opportunity that we're telling you today. Now, the third kind of person that we're looking for are the business-minded people, the ones that know that it's not about the 24 hours that you have. That's Michael and me, and those are the ones that we're looking for. So we're looking for people that say, you know what, if I were able to actually multiply myself and make money while I sleep, because that's what happens. As Michael said, I have a team in Philippines, and so Philippines is 24 hours away. So right now it's 11 in the morning, so my team is going to sleep, but when I go to sleep tonight at 11 at night, they will be waking up. And what do you think they're going to be doing? By the way, he just texted me yesterday and he told me I sold 12 packs of cleansing packs, because he's a personal trainer and that's how I met him, and he's fantastic. And so he was texting me that he sold 12 cleansing packs. And like I said, as I'm going to sleep, he's starting to work. So my business doesn't stop, but I could not do that with my 24 hours because I need to sleep 8, I need to work 8, and I need to, have a life with my child another 8. So what I do is I multiply my 8 hours by teaching, educating, and duplicating others. And that's why Alejandro is with me today, learning from Michael and me, because as Alejandro learns to do this, he will start opening teams in the States, in Colombia. And so what I work is with a small group of people to duplicate. So my leader in Philippines, we work with him. Alejandro, we're starting to work with him. And what do you think will happen? What Michael showed you. I have 6 that will turn 36, that will turn 216, that will turn 1,200. So, or more. So that's my invitation to you today. If you are sorry?
How many you said, turned to 500,000. How many do Dave and Gabriella have after 20 years?
Over 500,000 leaders. And not only over 500,000 people around the world in our uplines line, but the one thing that I love that he shared, and I didn't know this fact, is that in 20 years they have helped 113 people become millionaires. So from his team that he started, just like he said, himself and I love when he says that, he started with alone, and then he found one, and then he found another one, and they duplicated. Now he has 500,000 people or more, but the beautiful thing is that 130 of them earn $1 million or more a year. And like he said in our past meeting, that's not even counting the ones that make 500,000 or 250 a year. So what do you want to make? Because
500, yeah.
I want to make $500,000 a year. I'll be happy with that. He makes $500,000 a month. And I don't want to do it exact. It can be a little bit here or a little bit there. But our top leaders make, 3 to 5 million a year, easy. So what do you want to make? Do you want to make an extra $5,000 a month? $500 a month? Even if you want to make an extra $100 a month, we will personalize it to your needs. last but not least, this is my favorite necklace. I wanted to show everybody this necklace. I wore it specifically for this meeting. This necklace is a Hawaiian necklace. And why I love it is because my friend that made it for me, her name is Stacy Siegel. And I'm so excited that I'm going to get to see her Monday because I'll get to see her Tuesday. I'm coming to Kona on Monday, and I'm so excited because I'll be able to continue my recruiting efforts on finding these 3 business-minded people or customers, whatever I find, but 3 business-minded people. Now, she's an artist in Kona, and so I think she lives the life that a lot of people want to dream of, because what she does is that she has she's our neighbor in the mountains, so she has a view on her jewelry shop to the ocean. So she gets to do this glass beaded. She actually, in that heat and everything, does each of these beads. They're glass beaded, and so she's a beautiful artist. Stacy Siegel, if you are in Hawaii, I want to kudos to my friend because she has amazing jewelry. And the thing is, everything is by hand and beautiful, and she's an amazing person. And I know that I'm already talking to her about, becoming part. She is a customer. She has tried our products, but I want to give her the option of, they go to Thailand, they go to Rome. She buys beads all over the world because this is her passion. So if you have a passion, you don't have to leave your passion. You can still be a jewelry artist, or you can still be, a businessman that loves to run the stock market, whatever you do. But an additional source of income in this day is not dangerous at all.
No.
All you're doing is making an investment and finding, and the investment can be anywhere from $200 to $500 or $700. And after that, you decide how many people you're going to find that want to make the same investment and do this like you. So that's all for me, and I'll see you guys next Tuesday. We'll be doing it from the Lanai in Kona.
Oh yes, I forgot. By the way, folks, we'll be live from Hawaii Tuesday night at that will be, I believe, 4 p.m. Hawaii time, Kona time, and then we'll be back live from Kona next Saturday as well, same time at next Saturday at 8 a.m. in Kona. And we might be doing a few more since Claudia is going to be in Kona these next few days. We might do some afternoon ones and some more. If you have friends in Hawaii, if you know anybody in Hawaii, let us help share this opportunity. We'll then send them back to you and let you get them involved. We have Susan and Dan building in Honolulu and Oahu, and would love to connect you with Susan. She lives on the North Shore of Oahu and is building our Oahu team there with Dan Daughtry. But thank you for taking the time here on a Saturday morning. I bet you're off to the beach if you're in Hawaii. Here in Texas, we're off to an afternoon of sharing and spending some time with family and friends. And Claudia, I know you've got your son in the other room, so you're anxious to get back to him on a Saturday and have some fun. But we can't thank you enough, folks, for taking the time to watch this. We thank also the folks that invited you to watch it. And we are a family. We are a family of people building people. We would love to have you join this family, either through us and our group or through the person that came on and invited you. So I saw Louise on watching here earlier. And Louise, thanks for joining us today. And some of the other ones, Beth, I believe you were on and watching today. We're also streaming live on Facebook. I actually saw a few Hawaii people watching on Facebook. So this is exciting. We're really excited about what we're going to do in Hawaii and help the people of Hawaii with their health and with their wealth. And you're right, Claudia. Reality is, folks, in Hawaii, you can rent a nice little 1-bedroom apartment. You can buy a beautiful little 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom house here in Texas for $125,000, rent $750. And I know, folks, I'm talking to you in Hawaii, the cost to live in paradise. You love living over there. My son loves it. I loved it. But the cost is extreme. And many, many people, whether you're a real estate agent, a doctor, a nurse, or like you said, a jewelry store operator, an extra $500 would make a tremendous amount of difference to allow you to buy some new tennis shoes for that child going to high school. So join us. Love to have you make a decision, one of the 3. And we'll be back Tuesday night showing another presentation with some special guests. And Claudia might want to give a hint to who we're going to have on Tuesday night. And next Saturday we might have some special guests from Hawaii on. So
Yes, I want to do a last share just to finish up, and I want to just get people dreaming because I had this year, within the same year, I'm just going to show this one. One of my dreams was to actually see the whales, as always, and I did get to see them here in Canada, but I'm obsessed with like how many times I can see them in different parts. So this was my trip to Hawaii in 2017, and I got to see some dolphin whales, and oh my gosh, this trip was amazing. But what I wanted to actually share was that these whales, they travel to Hawaii and in the winter, and in the summer they go back up to Alaska. And I had an opportunity to be in Alaska in July, so I got to see the whales feeding in Alaska, and I got to see them mating in Hawaii. So this presentation was also for those of you that love to to travel the world. And you know, so many people are saying, how do you do this? How do you go to Hawaii and Alaska on the same year? I'm telling you, dream big. Let us help you. Let us work with you. There is no dream that you cannot accomplish in your life. Everything is doable. Everything is possible. You need a plan. And you need partners that can support you and help you and bring you to that dream, because you're the one that has to do the work. All we can do is coach you through it. But that's all. I wanted to get people dreaming a little bit about whales, just like I did, and I got to do that one. So thank you, folks. We'll see you later.
Aloha, folks. See you.
Aloha.
I'll buy you a cup of coffee at Coho's. That's Coho's Grill and Bar, Kahului, Maui. Bye-bye, folks. Thank you.